morning, it's Lou Collins. It's actually Saturday the 24th, but this is going to be going out on the 26th because Sound Art are still having their building work done. James is here with me.
Hello everyone, how are you? They can't reply.
They can't reply. I'm fine though.
They can't, so you're right.
Yeah, how are you?
Good. I'm alright.
Yeah, good. We've got an interview that we did earlier in the week with...
It's a lot of time travel this week. If I was a conspiracy theorist, I think something dodgy was up and you're profiting greatly off of this time travel gig.
Yes.
What are the winning lottery numbers? 6, 1, 8,
7.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not profiting out of this. We do this purely to get the word out and trying to spread the message. I don't know about you, but
I do it for the women. But
yes,
I've
you
not
do.
gotten any through it yet.
Haven't you?
No.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm not surprised.
I think we just keep
I'm not
trying.
surprised, really. Yeah. No, we're not profiting out of this. No further careers to further our careers.
Sound Art do have some biscuits though, which we've nicked a few of them.
Yes. Yeah, we're doing it for biscuits.
Biscuits.
No, we're doing it to try and wake the world up and just to give guests the opportunity to cover things that aren't on the mainstream. And we just... a little stage for those people, and we'll give a tiny bit of waffle, but that's all we really do.
Maybe we need to do that silly business when they say the views of our guests are not representative of Lou Collins or her
Sound Art
Radio.
Or, well, maybe
because maybe then people will be, oh no, they're my opinions, and any guests that we have on are probably, it could just be me doing the voice, couldn't it? That would be cool.
That would be really
Because then we could get William Shatner on and I could be like, you've got to, mister. So anyways, you've had a good week, Lou?
I've had not a bad week. As I say, as I'll get back to it, we recorded an interview with Anthony J Hilder earlier in the week. And you have to excuse it because it was really early in the morning for him, bless him. So... yeah, that's all I can really say.
They party pretty hard over in LA.
They do. Well, no, it was early in the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And but he was great. He gave us a load of info, and we're going to be playing that interview in a moment.
And you can catch quite a lot of his programs over on Paradigm. And you can also Edge.
Perhaps Edge, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Keep a lookout.
And he's got loads of YouTube videos out, and I know he's hoping to get over to the UK at some point. So that's all good. Going back to last week's show, we played the Obama clip.
Yeah.
And we said that he's toasting the Queen and he's pledging allegiance for the Queen. But after re-listening to it... Several times.
With big headphones.
No, I didn't have any big headphones. I'll leave you with the big
ones.
Yeah. After listening to it a couple of times, he clearly says, by our great order and design, forever may we be... No, what was he say? Forever his faithful servants.
I heard its faithful servants.
You see, I heard forever his faithful servants.
I think we should have some listener participation, because if he said his favourite faithful servants, that's quite Luciferian, isn't it?
Yeah, and order and design is quite a classic satanic Freemasonic speech. So, yeah, email us if you with your thoughts on that. We might even... play it.
Lou@libertytactics.com.
Thank you, James. Or the Gmail one as well. We've got Lou Collins Radio Show at gmail.com.
If you do that though, it's good because then the CIA doesn't have to go to your Liberty Tactics web email, do they? They can just read it directly through Gmail.
And the same if there's anybody who's got questions or wants to put anything through to guests. As I say, we don't have these opinions. That's why we get people on to talk about things, because we're no complete experts on things. So if you wanted to email guests...
If there's one thing I'm not, it's an expert.
This is true. I can vouch for that. So there was that question about that Obama clip. Mm-hmm. We've also had this week in the news the Oxford arrests with regards to children. And it's quite interesting that it came out just after the UK column has been exposing what's going on over in Oxford, and now all of a sudden
it's funny.
The police
quite a lot of things that have been exposed by the whack job conspiracy theorists are coming out, and there's prosecutions and there's information being released to the public from these same institutions without actually alluding to the fact of what got them to. They won't. But it is interesting. I do have a feeling quite a few toes are being stepped on.
I do.
They're having to release valve some of the info out there,
info, but not
so
all
much
of it
is getting out through the truth movement that they can't just turn a blind eye
Well, here's
anymore.
one. Why don't the government or the police maybe investigate the chemtrails and this weird mist that we've got all over our skies? You've not been well.
Well, I'm physically very fit. I do all the supplements and but I'm good.
But I know it.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean, but I take lots of supplements, spirulina, absorbic acid, do all the healthy, don't eat anything processed, and I've been free of any sort of illnesses for years now because of that. Except for these bloody headaches since this mist has been going on, and I hate people just saying that every contrail is a chemtrail and all this sort of business because
but they have been hammering the skies a lot.
Yeah, well, I know there are chemicals spraying, persistent spraying going on. I know that in Devon we seem to be getting a lot of it. I know that there are a lot of public releases where people like Holdren have said, yeah, we're doing it. So it's not like I don't believe that they exist. I just think it's very easy just to get paranoid that everything is a chemtrail, blah, blah.
The mist.
But this is getting a bit ridiculous now. I've got headaches. Everyone's got allergies, headaches, migraines going on.
Yeah.
And it's been bloody... How many blooming months now? Since January, we've been having crazy ass mist all the time.
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
But it's starting to get me paranoid now that something is going on.
Well, we were down at the beach today and it was gorgeous and you couldn't see the blue sky. It was just complete mist everywhere, blocking out the heat, blocking out the sun, blocking out our vitamin D.
Mm-hmm. Well, I noticed back along a few months ago, what we started to get was we were getting a haze in the morning, but I didn't see any chemtrails, and I thought, well, maybe they've stopped, but there's a lot of haze. And then walking my dog at night, I started to notice that you were actually seeing...
Is that all you were doing, walking your dog?
Just walking my dog. I wasn't dogging or anything.
Streets.
But I was... You just brought the show down. That's an edit, that is.
Sorry.
I've started seeing actual chemtrails at night, which was nuts.
Yeah.
So obviously they were trying, different things. Full-on grid patterns at midnight on a clear night. Come on. It's not everybody flying from Exeter Airport to Corfu at midnight.
No, that's true. No, so if anyone can shed any light on this weird mist, again, email.
One listener, Darren, he said he reckons it could be a result of the solar activity, but I mean, we're open to anything.
Yeah. We aren't experts on it.
No, we've not had any expert opinions come on the show to tell us what to think.
Maybe that's what we need to do.
That's what we need, is experts to tell us what to think.
Exactly.
Anyways,
well, no, we don't need anyone to tell us what to think, actually.
That's what I was doing. Oh, God.
Oh, dear. So we're going to get Anthony... I'm going to play this interview now with Anthony J Hilder. After we played the interview, we're going to come back and waffle for a little bit. And we've got a song
Can I pancake?
You can do... What?
Well, you're waffling. I prefer pancakes.
You have pancakes and I'll waffle. We're going to have a song played by a friend of mine called Chris Moffat. And it's a great song, and it's all in aid of what's going to be going on next weekend. But we'll talk more about that after the interview with Anthony. Over to you, Anthony J Hilder.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Anthony.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are, exactly. You're coming over to the UK soon, though, aren't you?
Yes, as soon as I can. It's all a matter of money, of pounds, of energy, the energy flow. I'm very concerned about our England and our EnglandUK.com, which is our website.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are now, you guys, are now required to have insurance before you can buy petrol. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's madness. It's insane.
Yeah.
England has gone insane.
Well, I mean, from what I'm seeing over here, from watching and listening to Alex Jones, it sounds like America's really going the same way.
Oh, look, you're just further on down the tube. When I say the tube, the toilet. It's flushing.
Yeah.
My God Almighty, what the hell is happening? When one starts believing in the crap that you're selling, I mean, as a nation, then we're in real trouble.
We are in real trouble. And I know when we spoke earlier, I did mention to you Obama's speech where he's entertaining our Prime Minister and his lovely lady wife. And Obama raised his glass to toast the Queen and to swear his forever allegiance to the Queen.
Well, my God, the Queen is an abomination at best. She has accepted the unacceptable. I didn't notice her saying anything about the Lisbon Treaty. She signed right on board. It says the sinking ship.
Yeah.
Well, she said the ship is sinking. We've got to get on it. You know, we don't. It's our last chance. We've got to surrender our sovereignty, our dignity, our reality. We've got to be part of this Fabian dream. When you go into London, you go to see the birthplace, the home of George Bernard, Shaw.
Yeah.
One of the most awful men in America. What we read about Shaw is abominable, and then you have the cave. We're doing a new film on an old topic, and that's on the Hell's Fire Cave. People go up there and go in that. At the bottom of the journey is I think it's called the road. No, it's the river to hell. The river to hell at the bottom. And I think, well, my God, don't you get the message? Don't the people get the message?
No,
I know. They're literally taking the words out of, hell, out of the Bible, and they are going according to the Luciferian doctrine. The satanic significance of it all is staggering.
Yeah.
It is staggering. We did this piece down at the bottom of the pit, so to speak, and it's about an hour and a half out of England, out of London. And I'm thinking, my God, am I going through this? Am I taking a look at the transformation of a nation from at least quasi-sane to the literal gates of hell?
Yeah. We really we're really in trouble, I think.
Oh, you've been in trouble. It's worse. If you were just in trouble, it would be better. Things would be better if you were just in hell. And the United States has the dumping of these nanoparticulates, strontium, barium, sulfur hexafluorides, arsenic, paid for by the U.S. taxpayer, and having these dropped upon us, poisons.
Yeah, well, we're having it over here as well. I mean, we're down here in Devon, which is a beautiful part down on the southwest coast, and every sunny day we're being poisoned. There's just trails, lovely, beautiful patterns in the sky, and we're experiencing a lot of mist as well. This dark, almost smog coming over us all the time as well.
I'm wondering, maybe it's going to take an electrode to the genitals to wake up some of these guys in the pubs.
Well, that's it. Yeah, people just laugh at us when we try and point them out. And my children are quite aware of the chemtrails, and they even got laughed at by their school teachers when they point them out.
We call these things the death dumps, and we've got a new film on this, and we talk about the murder meters. Obama borrowed 144 billion. That's $144,000 million to buy these murder meters, which create Class 2B carcinogens. They create the cancers which are given to us with our own tax money. And I want to slap these guys upside the face, maybe to get them to realize what's happening.
You're talking about the smart meters, and we're actually having
them the same at the moment.
Southwest. They're tearing up all of the roads to stealthily install these things before people, I guess, have a chance to Google or search what they're actually, the health effects.
Well, you can go to our site, which is called AirCrap, C-R-A-P.
Yeah, I go on there quite a lot, actually.
Aircrap.org.
Yeah.
You can go to commoncrime.net, and Bill, who's my webmaster, is doing this thing every day. We're trying to wake and shake and kick some sense into people.
So how would you suggest that we go around getting this freedom?
Well, let us start with the creation of our own currency. I was in Canada, in Western Canada. I was at a place called Salt Island, and Salt Springs, or whatever the hell it was, but I went in there, and I'm looking around, and here they've got their own currency. They've created their own debt-free currency, which they use in a way that you can't possibly imagine. It's just free.
Well, I don't know if you've heard of Roger Hayes and the British Constitution Group.
Sure, I know Roger.
Yeah, Roger's been a previous guest on the show and discussing an alternative to the monetary system and the lawful bank, it's called, that's just being set up. And he's actually at the moment touring around the country, giving talks on a new monetary system to go up against the pound.
Well, the pound is like the U.S. dollar. It's created out of nothing.
Yeah.
It's worthless. In fact, there is a worth. There is a value to the thieves. They simply create that, then charge us
interest.
That's our lives.
Yeah, everything
is. Their system, which creates these atrocities, these abortions, they set the monster out. They charge us $144,000 million to create these meters and make monsters out of men. It's the monsterization of the nation.
It is, yeah.
And these things do create cancers. They do create chaos, but it is for control. And as long as this goes on, the longer it goes on, it brings people down and down and down to where they are controllable. They are in control. The system isn't out of control. No, it's in control. The people are in control. They've got to get out of the damn system or get out of the damn country. You do one of the two. Either leave the country, abandon it, have it sink into the sea, or change it.
Yeah,
it's got to be changed. It cannot continue like this. The people cannot continue to be treated like dogs by the British government.
Well, absolutely. We're totally in agreement with that. I mean, I know over in the States, the fluoridization of water's like very is rampant over there, as are the inoculations and the vaccines that.
First of all, it's sodium fluoride. Sodium fluoride is poison.
Yeah.
It worked for Hitler. They dumbed and numbed down the people. They become like characters in Living Dead.
Yeah.
We have a new television show, and we watched The Living Dead. God, that's what it has become. When will it end? When will it stop?
I know, but people don't seem to do anything about it. I mean, I know over in, again in America, the vaccines, that they're just coming in and jabbing up kids without parents' knowledge, and I mean, it's not that bad yet over here. I mean, we get the old the swine flu and the bird flu and the big thing of panic, but at the moment, you know, we're kind of relatively safe in that the kids aren't being vaccinated without our knowledge. Not that I'm aware. But in America, you know, they're apparently going into the schools, injecting the children without their parents' knowledge. People who want to keep their kids away and do homeschooling, they're having the child support people coming in and taking the children away.
Listen, it would be better to drink out of the loo than to take these flu vaccines. It would be better for you. You would be healthier to drink out of the damned toilet than to roll up your sleeve and let these bastards sink in your arm. And I mean just that.
Yeah.
It would be safer for them to flush the toxic toilets overhead on us. And I'm talking about just the toilets from the planes. It would be safer for them to do that than to flush upon us what they are doing to us. Well, we went out, we did a film. In fact, you can take a look at it on Paradigm Shift TV. I've just now sent it, so I hope that Dr. Hopwood is about to air it or is airing it. We call it Bohemian Illuminati, right. Bohemian Grove, Bilderberg West. Bilderberg West, I think, actually comes in second there. But there's the combination of all of these. We're going to be at the demonstration again. They are, every year, sacrificing the children at the Owl of Moloch.
Yeah, that's right.
And I want to call for a dig. I'm calling for a dig, an exhumation of the bodies. I think that the entire grounds, the 2,200 acres, needs to be dug up. We need to send out the cadaver dogs to discover where the bodies are buried.
Yeah. We've got...
And this is where they have presidents.
That's
and
Clinton
individuals like Kissinger going to partake in the ceremonies.
Yeah, Clinton was over there, and I saw an interview with it was an old David Icke film, I think, filmed back in '95, with Arizona Wilder. And
yeah, I know Arizona.
Yeah, she did mention some of the people that were there, and one of the people who were at Bohemian Grove that time that she was talking about was somebody who's actually standing for president, Newt Gingrich. She did actually mention him in one of David Icke films. I think it's Revelations of a Mother Goddess.
Well, Newt Gingrich, now, we've all stepped in Newt before. My God, you know, sometimes you go out in the lawn and, so you pick up the papers and you stepped on that Newt. Oh, my God, you know, it's horrible. But we've had the sense to wash it off, clean our feet, but to elect it as president of the United States. He's a member of the Council on Foreign Relations at 58 East 68, New York City, which is associated with the Royal Institute of International Affairs. And that stems from the mother lode of satanic information coming from, God, that fellow over there, George Bernard Shaw. And all around England, you have the Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley and L. Ron Hubbard was together with the fellow who started this place out here in Pasadena. And these three individuals, and I'm talking about the fellow who started the company, which created some of our rocketry and some of our insanity. But they got together and they had a lodge that was formed out there. It's still out there today. It'll be out there year after year, and there's putting forth the same old stuff.
Yeah.
And when I say old stuff, it is old stuff. It's insane what we face. It's insane what we accept. We have the founder of the American Illuminati, at least the Masonic Illuminati. He says, yes, Lucifer is God.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, Lucifer is God.
Pike, is that?
Yes, General Albert Pike.
Yeah. And what are your well, we've got the Bilderberg group coming up this year, which is going to be in Israel, I believe, this year.
Well, that's quite fitting.
Yeah, isn't it just? And the other thing I wanted to touch on is, what are your views on Ron Paul? Because, you know, we're all for Ron Paul here. And what's really worrying is if he doesn't get the nomination.
Well, he's not going to get the nomination.
Exactly. So we're going to have Mitt Romney up against Obama. I don't think Romney will win it. So then we're looking at another 4 years of Obama. He's getting this big push in to get, you know, the one world government, all the wars and everything else. What's going to happen to the world?
Well, if you wanted to ensure that there would be 4 more years, or at least maybe one more year of Obama policy before she goes under, you would elect Mitt Romney. Yeah. That's the way, because the Republican Party selects, or the people who control the Republican Party, which is in essence the Rockefeller Party, because they are what they call rhinos, Republicans in name only, rhino. What they do, they bring out somebody who has the character and quality of a cardboard cutout, and they put him up to be the candidate for the Republican Party. So voting for the Republicans or the Democrats, it's a one-party system. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter whether they get the Republicans or the Democrats. They get the same old newt. They all stepped in newt or stepped in Mitt. Whether you step in Mitt or root is a newt, it all smells the same. It's rotten. We have a one-party system. So Ron Paul, and I've met Ron Paul, done an interview with him, and I talked to him about 911, but he would not fess up to the fact that 911 is a creation. Yeah. He would not admit to me that this is on film. He's supposed to be down at a meeting today in Orange County. I don't think he's going to be there. But why he would not admit to me, because he fears that he would be destroyed politically. Hell, he is destroyed politically. That would bring his name to light.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, they think, well, if I don't admit that this is an inside job, then I stand a chance of being elected. No, he doesn't stand any chance of being elected. No chance. None. Zero. Nothing. No chance. I drafted some legislation which is called it's a long name, but it's an act which would prohibit the poisoning of the people. It's the Planetary Protection Act. Right. It would prohibit the Central Intelligence Agency, the MI5 boys, the sellouts from using the Central Intelligence Agency to drop through hirelings like Evergreen these nanoparticulates upon the people. It would prohibit that. It's not a difficult thing to do. It's to simply introduce the legislation. Yeah. The People's Planetary Protection Act and Atmospheric Air Purity Law Act. You get into this and you say, well, why hasn't somebody done this? So I'm doing it. I'm writing it. If he can't write it, hell, I don't have a broken arm. I can write it. I can put it together. We can talk about this. We will talk about this. We will go everywhere we can in England, wherever we're invited. Do we need a ticket? Yes. Would you like to contribute to ticket or a portion or a piece of that so we can take this story throughout England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, and I would like to go to the Isle of Man. I'd like to go to Jersey. And wherever there is an independence movement on those islands, nourish it so it will flourish. It will flower, it will bloom, and it will have seeds. When people simply become acceptathetic, when they accept the unacceptable, when they tolerate the intolerable, when they go along with the program, they become placid. They become sedentary. They simply lock in to doing that which should not be done. You can't simply say yes to the New World Order. And Cameron is so far left, he makes Fidel Castro look like a member of the John Birch Society.
Oh, he's just a puppet. He's just really is. He's just another puppet.
Well, let's assume he is a puppet. Let's start putting strings on him.
Yeah.
Wherever you have a picture of Cameron, it should be with strings. He's the bankster's boy. He's not just on his knees shining the Rothschild's shoes.
No, I know. So,
He like Obama is down on his knees before these guys. The whole thing goes back to the Federal Reserve. It goes to the Bank of England.
yeah, and so many people don't realise that the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve are privately owned. There are so many people who aren't aware of that, especially over here.
I've gone to the city within the city. I've gone over there at Threadneedle Street, and I've walked the area. It's sort of like, what's that place over there in Holland where they have the whores?
Oh, Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam. You've got prime ministers and PMs, or MPs, I should say MPs, who are simply not thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had Nigel Farage, who's got, a good guy, and I hope to have a meeting with Nigel, and we'll do a film. And I hope to do another one with Brian Garish. We have one called EU Hitler's Dream Come True. I don't know whether you've seen it.
No, I can't say I have.
Well, it's available through the net. It's available through ourenglanduk.com, commoncrime.net, freeworldalliance.com. But he's a rational, reasonable man.
Yeah, he's a very good man. He comes on the show here a lot.
I'm thinking, what in the hell has happened to England? The River Styx is at the bottom of that cave over there, the Hellfire Cave. That's where the likes of Benjamin Franklin, an American, would go in and booger the boys or the young girls. I don't know how many people have been killed in there, but it's evil. They've got little rooms that are cut into the stone on the side, and it winds its way down to the River Styx, winds its way down to the River of Hell.
So is this anything to do with the Hellfire Club?
It is the damned Hellfire Club down there. That's where they would meet.
Oh, right, because I knew Franklin...
Does it have anything to do with it? It is the damn thing, yes.
Oh.
And they've got the chapel on top there.
And so your new movie is exploring this cave then, this complex?
Well, I've got one that I've shot in England, and I haven't finished it. When I say finished it, I did about 40 hours of film over there.
Right.
I've got to go back and do it again because there's so much to do and so many people to see, so many good people. There's so much good, wonderful groups. There's so many good, wonderful groups and good, great people in England. My grandmother was born in Blackpool, around there. I look at so many who are desperate for good information, desperate for shows like yours, and I thank God that you two guys are there to do this.
Yeah, I think we're actually the only radio station that discusses the topics that we do that actually goes out on the FM dial at the moment. So I know the radio station where we broadcast from has kittens every time we come in, wondering what we're going to be talking about next. So, you know, the more you can give us, the better.
Well, it is, so much of this is done through film. I've done 32 films. I want to do more. But we need invitations to attend these venues. I want this to go up to the islands north of
like the
north of where people don't generally go. I'm talking about the Shetlands.
Oh yes, yes.
There are people out there, live, good, honest people that want independence. They don't like to be used. They don't like to be. It's like everybody goes up there from the crown. They take their oil. They take their freedom. It's like urinating on the Islamic people, as they have done, like killing them. And talk about the proud British soldiers. How can you be a British soldier and be proud to go over there and shoot innocent people?
Yeah, true, very true. And we've also had the this week in the news. We've had the American guy who left, went out. You know, the troops.
16 men, women,
yeah.
You know, primarily women and children. And he's just proud to be a Marine. My God, what a disgrace it is to be a Marine. Henry Kissinger made the statement, military men are dumb, stupid animals to be used as cannon fodder.
Yeah, I mean, as they say that the majority of people in Afghanistan know nothing about 9/11, know nothing, you know,
They had nothing to do with 9/11. This was an inside job.
Oh, absolutely. We totally agree. But that was the excuse for us going into Iraq and into Afghanistan, wasn't it?
I don't know. It's Zion-Nazi engineered, but certainly Zion-Nazi. The Zion-Nazis were complicit in the crime. No question.
They definitely benefited from anything that did happen on that day.
See, we have to have an education. We have to have a revelation. We have to have that happen through film. We have to have our films made for English TV.
Yeah, I agree.
Not just in the American mode, but now I've got several of them, 4 or 5, but we need to have them made and made available. It's okay. I just want people to buy the first ones. Then they can go ahead. They can go ahead and steal them. But it's important that we keep going.
Yeah, totally agree.
Just to keep going for another 2 weeks. And it gets to that. It's going to be a problem.
So what do you see the future for us? What, for the human race in Britain and America?
Prepare to win or prepare to die.
Fair enough. And so many people just sit at home, they watch the TV, they watch the propaganda being pumped out, left, right and centre. How do like myself and James and other people who are within the truth movement, how do we, we're all trying to get the word out. You say through film. What other ways is there to wake people up?
Well, film is a wonderful thing. It replicates itself. It does what we can't do alone, because the people are taking tapes and they're making tapes. A film can be seen by 1 million before a book can be read by 1. Yeah. 1 million. Now, there's something in the minds of men that changes when they finally get the message, and finally they see this. Oh, that's how it works. Yes, that's how it works. In Dublin, I'm taking a look across the river or whatever it is there towards the bank of Scotland, or I see those Illuminati pyramids looking at me in the face, and I'm thinking, my God, don't the people get it? Don't they see it? Can't they understand it? Haven't they suffered enough pain? Haven't they suffered enough misery? Haven't they suffered enough tyranny?
Yeah, Ireland are in a right mess at the moment. They really are. They've practically lost their sovereignty, and it's quite bizarre that before all this, collapsed for Ireland.
Wait, hold on. You just said they practically lost their sovereignty. What are you talking about, girl? They have lost their sovereignty. Okay. It's not a matter of practically lost their sovereignty. They have lost their sovereignty. What we have to do is face the facts that this has happened. They say, well, that could happen, or they're going to happen. It's happened.
Yeah. But just
when you have to have a camera on you to pick up some petrol.
Oh, we can't even walk round to the shop without cameras with us being filmed or anything, we can't do that. But the point I was trying to make is, just before Ireland collapsed, who took over their bank and their monetary? It was the Rothschilds. Just before the whole big collapse, Rothschilds were brought into Ireland to look after the financial side of things.
Yeah, they looked after it all right.
Didn't they?
They sure did. These people need to be in jail.
Yeah.
They need to serve time in a penitentiary with a guy named Bubba. They need to be in jail, for God's sake.
Of course they should. Along with Bush, Blair, Obama.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We have a one-party system here. We've got a one-party system over there. You have Nigel Farage. You have a few good people like that. You have the Ian Cranes. You have the Brian Garishes and the Hayes.
There's a thought. Brian Garish.
As
Prime Minister.
Yeah.
I'm up for that one.
I'm not much for the British food as compared to American or French food. It just doesn't, hit that standard, and you guys know it. But I mean, what they're trying to do with British politics, they're trying to force feed this stuff, and it's crap. It would be better if you just ate crap than to swallow the politics that's put out by Blair and by Cameron, and think of the stuff that the people had to devour with Sir Edward Heath. Sir Edward Heath needs to be exhumed. The body needs to be exhumed. I'm calling for the exhumation of Sir Edward Heath, to have it ground up and flushed into the sewer system. And I mean this. This is not just a joke. It's symbolic. I want to see the body ground up and flushed into the sewer system of London. If it won't make it too toxic, of course.
I think, that don't do any fluoride damage.
Good Lord. And I'm taking a look at this guy. Do you know do people know his history?
Not. I don't think nearly enough people.
Not enough people do.
Well, I'm going to be on Jesse Ventura's show.
Oh, great! When's that
Jesse is going to. They're doing a rerun, and we're going to be taking a look at that in the very near future.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, we're nearly out of time for the recording side of things, Anthony. So we're going to wind up with the recording because we only have the hour's show. But we'll have you back on again. And
I'm fully up for it. Thumbs up to both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
And as they say in Mexico, vaya con Dios.
Thank you so much, Anthony. You have a nice day.
All right.
Take care.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Well, there was Anthony.
That was interesting, wasn't it?
It was interesting. I need to talk about next week.
Really?
Next week's show.
Because people are hanging on.
To hear about it. Well, we're going to play a song in a minute.
Right.
Which is ready for next week. But the Free Robert Greene leaflet campaign is going on in Aberdeen, hoping to get...
I'm getting a lot of people asking about this.
Me too. I'm hoping to go.
Mm-hmm.
Childcare permitting. So next week I've got Brian Garish, Roger Hayes and Bill Maloney going to come on to talk about it. Brian has obviously been involved very early on with what's going on. He's quite close to Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Maloney, as you know, spends his whole life, fighting for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Roger Hayes was the one behind, the idea of the leaflet campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to come on as the people who know about the cases.
Yeah.
Give them a little bit of a platform to talk about how next week's going to pan out and what's to be expected. So that's going to be next week. And any questions that you have for them, if you're disagreeing with what anyone's doing or just have any questions for Roger, Bill or Brian.
Email,
yeah. lou@libertytactics.com or the Gmail, loucollinsradioshow@gmail.com.
And you're also on Facebook, so people can leave pleasant comments and criticisms without any sort of slanderous information, because it doesn't help anyone. Come on, children.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we got next week. And now I'm going back again, this bit more time travel.
All right.
The response we had from Clive's interview has just
phenomenal. It was a great interview.
Amazing. And he has agreed to come on once a month, 10-15 minutes, and give us Clive's health tips, which I said I'd put the proposal to him.
You did.
And you've got a hair on the end of your chin.
That's okay, it's not mine.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to ask, I'm not going to delve any further. No, he's going to come on every month and give us health tips. He's also said if people would like him to come to Totnes,
right,
where this show's going out very clearly and around the South Hams, he would by all means come and do an all-day talk. So again, if you heard last week's and you're interested in what Clive was talking about, email us. We can pass it to Clive. If you didn't hear last week's show, it's up on the YouTube now and on the Liberty Tactics site. And yeah, just let us know.
I mean, clearly, in my opinion, one of the greatest tools in fighting the New World Order, or whatever you want to call this one world corporation bull that we're living under, is personal health freedom. I mean,
yeah, and personal empowerment, taking responsibility of your own life.
Empowerment, being healthy and not feeling sick, and eventually not having to rely on anyone else for food. I mean, it's the sort of thing that our great grandparents just took for granted, that you'd grow your own food and you didn't rely on other people. And it's taking a lot of domestication, like sheep, for people to rely on other people, other organisations to feed and clothe them all the time.
And as Ron Paul says, people will go out and spend their money to insure their cars and take care of their cars. Well, surely your health
is the number one thing. And it's simple. There's so many simple changes that you can do and feel much better about yourself.
That's it. So
Awesome.
Clive is willing to come down and give a talk if the interest is there. Yeah, and he'll do an all-day talk.
Come on, people.
I'm signing up.
Oh, me too.
100%.
I've had a lot of people message me personally about the show last week. And because it's something that everybody can agree on, in that, if you treat your body like a dumping ground, you're going to expect to smell like one.
Well,
or at least feel like one.
Okay, yeah, right.
Because I don't use
I don't know. I
deodorant.
can't come back with anything on that one. I really can't. So anyway, we're nearly out of time. We're going to play Chris's fantastic song called "Free Robert Greene."
So, do we have a date for that, or is it
14th and 15th?
right? But is there anything concrete yet, or is it still?
No, it's still on. It's all still on. But as I say, Roger, Brian, and Bill
will lay it out.
Well, not so much Bill. Bill's just coming in because of his support and what he does, and Brian again will be there to discuss it, and Roger was came up with the idea of doing this.
But keep your diaries open then for that weekend.
So
Let's get some action for Robert going on.
And I'm really hoping that I can be there. So
Lovely.
that's it. Thanks for having us again. Here's Chris Moffat with Free Robert Greene, and we'll see you again and speak to you again next week. Thanks for having us. Say bye, James.
Stay frosty, people.
Exposing child